Okay, Buatsi makes his way to the ring first, or making his way to the ring first. Let me adjust this thing. As a matter of fact, rat-tat-tat-tat, let me stand up for this. Okay, in the standing position. Buatsi in the ring. Here's my glasses. Okay, you are in tune to Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. And we are live for Buatsi Azeez. Or Azeez Buatsi. Azeez is the champion after all. Dan Azeez is the champion after all. After all. Okay, and Dan Azeez making his way to the ring now. Uno momento, mami, slow your tempo. Copy that. Roger that. Boom, boom, boom. Hello and welcome to the Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. And we are live. Okay. Azeez making his way to the ring now. Azeez was late to the weigh-ins. Very, very naughty. Very, very naughty. Why the hell are you going to be late to the weigh-ins for? What's that all about? Or is that some kind of showbiz business? I don't mind adjusting my mic. Hope you can hear me okay. I hope you can hear me very well. Hopefully. When we got the Leon figures up in the building.
Yes, Mr. Dawkins, you're good.
All right, am I good?
Yo. Yeah, hope you're good.
Am I good? Health is good. I went to the doctors. Did I tell you I went to the doctors the other day? Did we talk about that at some point?
No, I think I saw it on the Instagram stories. You was in the doctor's waiting room.
Yeah, that's right. I went to the doctors, got my bloods checked, got my vitals checked, and my liver, the heart. They told me that I was in fine fettle. You remember a year ago, about a year and a half ago, Rafi had a health scare.
Oh no!
But now, I looked at the stats. I looked at what was going on, and I said, "Damn, Rafi, you done effed up. You got a little bit too complacent with the health, with the diet." And
ready. I thought you were always in the gym. I never knew that you had bad diet habits back then.
No, what happened over COVID is
the
dietary shit kind of crept in. And it wasn't good. It wasn't good for the blood sugar. It wasn't good for the blood sugar at all. And they looked at me and they said, "Damn, you're in a bad way, brother." And I said, "Why? How?" They told me. I said, "Damn, son, me? No way, impossible." But then I looked at certain things and I thought, "Damn, the blood sugar, I can see why it's high now. Certain bad things, habits have crept in over COVID, and it caught up with me in terms of the blood sugar. So I realized that, I gotta cut them things out, which weren't in the first place. It was just some kind of weird anomaly over COVID. That certain habits crept in. And I said to the doctor was telling me like there was no coming back. There's no getting back to 100. 100. There was no getting back. But he didn't say it like that. He just said, very few people come back. And but I had faith. I had belief. I had belief in my knowledge. I had belief in my knowledge, nutritional knowledge, and I strongly believed that I could bring it back. And then 12 months later, a different doctor looked at me and he said, your levels are beautiful.
Lovely.
Your levels are beautiful.
Excellent.
He didn't use the word beautiful, but that's basically what he was saying. I said, well, what about this? Tell me the levels of this. What about the liver? What about the kidneys? He says beautiful. I said, what about the liver? He says beautiful. I said, what about the kidney? He says beautiful. I said, what about the heart? He said beautiful, Rafi.
Excellent.
And so the doctor who told me that, there weren't no coming back. I thought I'd prove him wrong. And sure enough, I proved the cat wrong. But you know what? These guys have just been announced.
Yes, looking forward to this one.
Very much so.
I was just thinking, because they announced the Fabio Wardley-Fraser Clark bout.
Yes.
March. And
yes.
I was thinking, they don't do this in the US, do they? They don't put their early career undefeated prospects against each other.
No.
They're so fixated on keeping the O.
Yeah.
And I think they lose something. I think it's good for your grounding. I think it's good learning for the loser who can come back, go a different route. For the winner, you've tested yourself. You get a bit of faith, or you get pushed. Maybe you up your levels in training. Maybe you realize you're not as good as you thought you were when you're fighting knockovers.
For real. And
you push yourself. And I think it's something that the British boxing scene should be proud of, especially with their heavyweights that they're doing it. But even this fight here, Azeez and Buatsi.
Real talk.
Undefeated. They're not waiting for a world title. Let's go for it now. What is this? Commonwealth? Is this European one on the line?
European, Commonwealth, and European.
Not waiting for world. Let's get it on from now. Well, I'm really hoping Azeez wins, but I'm liking Azeez's intensity in his eyes.
I just brought Buatsi back to shake hands. He didn't want to shake hands.
Always praying. Azeez has come to play, you know. I know Buatsi was praying. Azeez has come to fight. Buatsi is relaxed. I'm hoping he's underestimated him, and he's going to get. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. A lot of people, they're not overly fond of Buatsi, and I understand why. But my take is slightly different. I think that Buatsi, even though I question his natural flair and natural ability, I question that. I deeply question that. Even though I do question that, I think I kind of trust him as a student. Although I saw him come out in one fight against that I can't remember the cat's name, European dude, Polish guy or something, and Buatsi came out, didn't even have his hands in the right place, poor positioning. So I said, what the Ross is going on here with him and Hunter? But then he slowly corrected it, and he got down to business, and he got right. And I think that Buatsi, even after I've said that, I think Buatsi he's just one of them students. He's just one of them cats who just applies himself and dedicates himself. And so even though I may feel that Azeez is the one with the more natural flair, I have to go with Buatsi, just because I think he's just the type of student who really sink his head in the books, although both of them are university graduates. Azeez an accountant, so maybe it's wrong of me to say that. I haven't seen it. I don't know what they got. I don't know what they got. I don't know what the final results were. Was it 2-1? I don't know. But Buatsi just strikes me as the slightly more diligent, and Azeez the guy who leans slightly more to his own natural flair. And I could be totally wrong. I'm not in the gym with him, but that's just how I feel.
I mean, I've got Buatsi the favourite. I hope Azeez wins, but I think Buatsi will win. But I think Buatsi's got more potential than Azeez. So if Azeez does beat him, it's not on potential. It's not going to be a victory on paper. But fights aren't fought on paper; they're fought in a ring.
Yeah,
I just think Buatsi's taking his career very, very cautiously.
Very cautiously, and I can understand somebody saying he's been overly cautious. If that's what somebody's going to say to me, I'll say I agree. I agree. Yes. But Buatsi is the one who's on the front foot right now and pressing the action, but Azeez is the one who's coming with the counters. So, you pick the bones out of that one.
I'm just hoping that Azeez hasn't got too much nervous energy. He looks a bit, I don't know.
You're hoping who hasn't got too much nervous energy?
Azeez hasn't got too much nervous energy. I don't know if he's a bit too hyped up for the round one. He might burn out a bit too much. But he looks sharp. He's going for it. Ooh, had a little word with him afterwards.
Look at them eyeballing each other to Buatsi even walking backwards. Who do you have that first round to? To me, it was very even.
I'm probably going to edge it to Azeez, but it might be my bias. And some of the time I was focusing on talking to you, to be honest, and I wasn't.
I was watching the action as well, and I'm edging it. It could have gone either way. I'll be honest. It could have gone either way. Shout out to J-Bus America. I've got to get my scorecard in order.
That's good.
Say that again?
I was just saying hello to J-Bus.
Oh, yes. Hello, J-Bus. How do you do? Good to have your pin here. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Let me get my scorecard in order.
Oh, dear. I haven't even hit the like button yet. Please excuse my manners.
Not a problem. Buatsi, B, and Azeez. Okay, so we got this round one. That's 10-9. Buatsi. Okay, that could have gone either way, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that one to Buatsi?
Yeah, I gave that one to Buatsi, yeah.
I gave that one to Azeez.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. Because it could have gone either way, so that's appropriate. I'm doing this standing up, folks. I don't know if you can't see me, but I'm here. I'm here. Where are you? I'm here. Don't know, the camera's not picking me up, but anyway, I'm here. I'm doing this one standing up, folks.
You working on your steps again?
Getting my steps in. Today was a slow day. It was indoors. My battery kind of, when I started to move around, I was doing some cleaning up and I was doing some, I'm looking for something. I'm looking for something for somebody. And it's footage on an old phone. I couldn't find the phone. But all the time I was getting them steps in and cleaning up, the phone was on charge. So it didn't register those steps.
Oh,
so anyway, I went to a walk downtown to just to get my steps in, and it chose a good time. I got a bumper crop. I got all my lunches sorted for next week at the job.
What did you do, meal prep, or you just got the ingredients? Did you cook them?
No. I got the whole meals. You know, when the Rafi is a very sensible and frugal shopper, and when they put them stuffs out, to 25% price, I scoop them up. All my lunches. Lasagnas. I got some salmon to prepare, and all of that stuff. I put some in the fridge, some in the freezer, and my whole week of lunches are sorted out at a very, very, very sensible price.
Lovely. I mean, I don't know if 11,000 steps, but that's not necessarily good because I've got a really sore knee. I've had a sore knee since yesterday.
Uh-oh.
But unfortunately, I've had to work. So
I
was doing some ankle exercises because I had sore knees a good few years ago, about 10 or so years ago, and I went to a specialist and they gave me some ankle exercises and they said weak ankles can affect the knees.
Oh, damn.
Yes, it didn't take long at all. Just done some ankle exercises and after 2 or 3 days, sorted. So I was doing some ankle exercises, but it really ideally needs rest, but you know, Mr. Figures, he likes money, and so you have to work for that. So
Yeah, we all like that money. We all like that money.
Mr.
Milton Doobie is up in the building. Milton Doobie, okay. That was the second round. And once again,
I didn't score that one.
yeah, once again, that was very even for me. And I'm going with Buatsi 2 times in a row.
Yes, Mr. Dawkins, I've got some unfortunate news. Recently, I had a few letters in the post.
Oh dear.
We were saying that I was driving in prohibited zones. And
Oh no, ULEZ.
Yeah, no.
I mean the clean zone, all that crap.
Yeah, in the borough of Hackney, they've restricted. They want to keep the cars to the main roads. So you can't allow you to use the back streets. So they've got a lot of restrictions up. If you go through, you get a fine. Because I've gone through, and I was like, I wasn't out at that time in the morning. And I took a close look at the car, and I was like, hang on a minute, that's not my car.
Dang.
So yes, somebody. I remember last year sometime my front number plate had dropped. I thought it had innocently dropped off, got it replaced, and I think some unscrupulous thieves have taken a number plate, and it's taken them this long to convince somebody to. It's taken this long to convince somebody to give them a plate, because you normally need the logbook, and they're driving around with my number plates, breaking the rules, and I'm getting tickets coming through to me.
Wow.
So yeah, so it's
But they should realize certainly it's not the vehicle, different vehicle.
Well, that's the luck of it. I've had to, zoom in, send a picture of my vehicle. I've had to send an email proof of my crime reference number. I've had to. I've also purchased some private plates just to change it, because I can't be dealing with this.
No way.
Because they're just driving recklessly, and I'm thinking. Then I'm starting to worry about them, using it to commit some serious crime or something.
You don't need that.
And I don't want to be involved. Yeah, so I'm just trying to show the when I'm sending my evidence to the people, saying, look, I've registered with the DVLA. The car isn't my car. You can see there's slight differences, and I've actually bought a new number plate to try and mitigate against this. So I'm hoping I don't have to have a huge fight to get these fines, these fines rescinded.
For real.
It's just a bit of a nightmare, and I'm struggling with it, to be honest.
I was wondering if there's some kind of tracker device that you could put on your car to prove your movements. I'm here. Insurance people, some insurers, they insist that you have some kind of tracker device. Well, some kind of device that detects your speed when you're going out, when you're coming in. I think you should look into that. I think hopefully you can get something relatively inexpensively.
And you know what? I think I will, because my insurance actually renews on the 1st of March. And I have been known in the past to be a bit of a naughty driver, and I've actually got the maximum license points. So actually, any reason to not have it, meaning you want to kind of speed, I should stop, because if I get any more speeding points, they take my license.
Damn.
Might be a good time to get that, and then that would actually be other proof that the car isn't actually where it is, because these people are local to me. I'm in my house before I go to work, and they're around the corner driving.
Wow.
Yeah, it's around the corner. So I'm thinking, even though I'm getting new plates to put on the car, are they going to see them and try it again? So that's really a good thing to mitigate against it. I'm going to look into that. Thank you.
Well, you're using, that was a good round for Dan Azeez. Dan Azeez opening up with some flurries there. So that is round 3, and that goes to Dan Azeez.
So you got it 2-1
with the flurries. 2-1 to Buatsi on my scorecard. 1, 2, round 3. Do you stay with the same insurer, or do you switch insurers every year?
I tend to just stay with the same.
Well, this year you go on compare the markets, and some insurers will give you a discount if you let them fit certain apparatus tracking, monitoring your driving style. they'll give you a discount if you allow them to fit that, and that will be all be with your insurance, so that might make it very affordable, or that might be a very good move.
Yeah, do you know what? It's not even for the because the car I got, I haven't. You know, my days of having expensive cars are well behind me now. So my insurance is only, well, I say only because it's compared to what it used to be when I used to bloody drive my bloody 4x4.
Yeah.
My insurance is only like £400 a month now, so I just pay it off.
£400 a month.
Not a month, £400 a year. Sorry, not £400 a month.
Yeah.
So
that's good.
Yeah, that's why I don't really, you know, for in London, that's very good. So
that's very good.
Really, just I don't.
I still recommend that you look around. Suppose you find somewhere for £300 a month.
Yeah, I know, but
you want to stay with them. Loyalty. You think if you're loyal to them, they're going to be good to you.
It's not that at all. It's not that. It's just easier, isn't it? You know, like they've got all the details.
Yeah.
They email me the quote if I think it's reasonable. I just go with it. Yeah. And I like their people.
I don't know. Should you talk to them, because this could get bad. This could get bad if you can't prove.
But this is the thing as well. Now with it, you get legal cover. So if I have to, that's what I like about it. So if I have to, you know, defend some unscrupulous borough that doesn't want to rescind my parking, or, you know, some private parking firm that, you know, that comes in one day and wants to clamp my car for some ticket that I've never received because it was on thing, you know, I can get like legal representation to defend me. That's why I've found them really easy to deal with. When you call customer service, you get an answer straight away. You know, they're always reasonable to get things sorted. So it's a case of they might be cheaper out there, but
yeah,
I'm comfortable with how they do business, and that's important to me.
Okay, now we're in round 4, so
it's like a good fight. I'm going to rewatch this. This is
a good fight. Azeez getting some good shots in.
I think what's happened is, and I'm hoping it's the case. I remember one time when I used to play football.
Good shot from Buatsi and a good left hook from Buatsi. 2 to the body from Buatsi. And a lovely left hook from Buatsi. Kind of stands Azeez up. He pauses for a second.
Yeah, I think Azeez starting to slow down a bit now. So I was worried about that energy. But I'm hoping that Buatsi's underestimated Azeez, and when he gets in there, Azeez comes a bit too good for him, and he just can't up his game to beat him.
I don't see how he could underestimate the guy who he's done so many sparring rounds with. It's not impossible, but I'm just saying.
Well, it depends what if he always got the better of him in sparring, then he might.
If you know the character of the man, then you can calculate for him getting better technically, but you still know his character, regardless of his technical improvements. If you know the character of the man, and if you know that you exploited certain areas of that cat's character, then even if he's got better technically, you still may have an inside line, an inside lane in understanding the mentality of the guy.
I tell you why it's hard, because when I was at school, I used to play football. And then a few years later, I came up against people I used to play football with, and I was levels better than them at the time. And both occasions, my friend said to me, like, no, I was like, oh, he's in goal. I'll just bang the goals in. He was like, no, he's good. He was like, no, Leon, he's good. And I was like, yeah, don't worry. He's like, no, Leon, he's good. I mean, don't get me wrong. We still ended up beating him heavily because we were just a better team.
Yeah.
But I was through with him one-on-one, and the guy freaking saved him about 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
It's because I underestimated him. Then I reached a stage where I'm trying too hard. Yeah. So then I just wasn't. I lost my form. So that's what I mean by sense of. If it depends. If in the sparring, Buatsi had been getting the better of Azeez, he might just think I got this guy's number.
Well, Azeez has come out now with the jabs, 1, 2, 3, single jabs, and another one, lunging jab. Buatsi returns. Oh, nice jab from Azeez, and another from Azeez. Azeez is really working the jab in the first.
Neat, though. Strong.
Round 5.
Yeah, Buatsi's looking neat and strong. They're both looking like they've been taking a few jabs. Their faces are starting to bruise up a bit. They know they're in a war here, I think.
2 to the body from Buatsi, followed by a jab. Nice stiff jab, nice uppercut from Buatsi. He wins that exchange. Nice jab, block from Buatsi. Here's Azeez. Azeez breathing with his mouth open at the moment. Nice two from Buatsi. And a nice 1-2 to the body and a nice hook over the top from Buatsi.
Yeah, he's moving away for rest now. Starting to circle out to get a bit of a break.
Yeah, does.
So jabs are starting to hurt him.
Yeah. My prediction, Thomas McGregor, my prediction, I got Buatsi. I got Buatsi by late stoppage or points.
Yeah, my prediction was Buatsi on points, but I was hoping Azeez would win. But
nice hook left hook from Buatsi. Oh my God, it was sweet.
Oh, now they both got we won.
And another from Buatsi. 3 left hooks.
Domestic dust up. This is what happens.
This is beautiful.
They both got grins on their faces. Let's have it. Nice jab there from Azeez.
Yes.
Steps back, tries to find his range. High guard. Buatsi standing there. It's in the pocket fight. Let's just stand there, toe to toe, lean our heads in, and let's work on the inside.
Nice, a nice uppercut from Buatsi.
Nice there from Azeez.
Another jab from Azeez. 39 seconds remaining of the fifth round.
So Buatsi allowing Azeez's jabs to get through. Do you think he doesn't fear Azeez's power?
I think he doesn't fear Azeez's jab when he can see it.
But he's allowing scoring punches. That's the
So that's what I'm saying. I don't think he fears the jab.
But if you're gonna do that, he got hooked. Azeez ducked into a hook there.
Yeah.
But he comes back with he's getting caught.
Then walks into a right hook.
This is
and a left hook from Buatsi. It's about the hooks, and Buatsi's winning that.
To give that
smile on his face. Azeez is the one with a glare in his eye.
Simon Jordan, he looks happy with the fight. Yeah, that was a good round. I thought, Azeez, he got caught into it. I think Buatsi lured him into inside, and he was just quicker than him. He was quicker than him on the inside, and he was able to counter hard.
So, yeah, it's a beautiful fight so far.
This is what happens though when you get a domestic fight when they're young, and this is what happens. You get a bit more out of it.
Absolutely.
Even the winner can still move on.
Well, Buatsi ain't that young. Did you say young? Neither of them are that young.
Not young. Sorry, young's the wrong word. When I say, well, you're not waiting to get to world level to actually have the domestic fight. You know what I mean? Not waiting for it to be for a world title. They're meeting at European level. You still there, mister?
Yeah. Sorry, I was muted. Well, Buatsi was offered a world championship fight, I believe. When he turned it down.
Yeah, he said he didn't want to match him to options on him if he won.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it's been a running theme with boxer fighters not willing to go to other promoters. I mean, Joe Parker did.
Jab from Azeez returned by Buatsi. Azeez goes down low. What is that? Vaseline on Buatsi's plats. Yeah, maybe. Double jab from Azeez. Oh, nice 1-2. I believe that Buatsi's punches are crisper right about now.
Rounds, Buatsi's looking neater and sharper. He's found his range a bit. I think Azeez might have expended too much nervous energy, although they did great double hooks there. Azeez is looking slower. Yeah, he's looking tired now. He's breathing with his mouth open.
Yeah,
he's slowly dipping. He's finding them harder to keep his hands up.
For real.
Coming through, landing hard into Azeez's face.
His energy bars, Aziz's energy bars is clearly going down.
And he's starting to get tagged.
Oh,
yeah. I think a late stoppage is on the cards at this round, unless Azeez gets a second wind.
Yeah.
It's like a late stoppage for Buatsi. He looks like his class is coming through. The grit and the endeavour of Azeez isn't enough. He was bouncing around in the first 4 rounds. He's just stopped bouncing around so much now, and he's more just standing toe to toe and trying to catch and counter. And I think
nice hook. Hook from Buatsi, uppercut, and then another hook from the left hand side. Azeez throwing back, but with less authority, less crispness, and a 1-2 there from Buatsi, nice and crisp. It's a battle of the crispness. If it's a battle of the crispness, then Buatsi is winning. The crisper of the two.
Yeah, you're just looking like a more complete fighter in there. I think the only thing Azeez is beating him
from Buatsi.
Yeah, this fight is going where Buatsi wants it. Buatsi's where he wants to stand.
Nice few jabs from Azeez.
They're trading
around. It's not going to make a difference.
Azeez is stepping away, looking for breaks. He's blowing now, isn't he? He's blowing.
Yeah.
And I don't think he has the power to knock Buatsi out. Buatsi seems too strong and solid for him.
Yeah.
He came in a few pounds under the weight limit.
Yeah, he did. We're talking about these.
Because normally they try and cut down just to the limit to get themselves through so they can rehydrate.
Yeah.
Do you think that was, that could be some illness there or something?
That's also a lack of professionalism to me, regardless of whatever it was. It's just not professional to do that. You want all the advantages, so you don't want to overcut. What the hell is all that about? The reason? I really don't know. But on the face of it,
he healed from his injury.
Well, we don't know, and we don't want no excuses.
Well, he can't be. He's got in the ring.
He's in the ring. So as far as I'm concerned, he's good, and it's round 7.
Oh, now they go toe to toe. This is Rock'em Sock'em. I'm loving this. Toe to toe, the swivel. Let's go again.
Let's go. Jab to the body from Azeez.
It's like they're both abandoning the outside jab, waiting to just go inside and hooks, uppercuts, power punches.
Yeah.
Azeez not so much. Azeez has got more lazy jabs now.
Yeah, he's pushing his shots. Pushing his shots. He's Azeez.
I think he knows the writing's on the wall. He's trying to.
Nice left hook from Buatsi. Turns the head of Azeez. How many seconds you got left?
I've got just under 2 minutes.
Okay. Same. Left hook from Buatsi misses.
Yeah, Azeez is tiring now. He's still looking a fun fight because of Azeez's style. Just comes forward.
Yeah, Buatsi looking a little tired also now. It's a question of who gets the second wind. But Buatsi doesn't look as tired as Azeez. Nice sharp jab from Buatsi.
Milton's looking for them to start unleashing some 7-punch combos. That would be lovely, thank you.
Wow. 7-punch combos, wow. But I don't know if that would be wise.
He won't make it to the 12th.
If you want to make it to the 12th, potentially. I don't think that would be wise at all. Okay, so Azeez with pushing his shots now. Buatsi, crisper. Oh, nice. Right. Hook from Buatsi. Oh, and then a nice left hook from Buatsi.
Yeah,
This is action packed.
Buatsi's stance. He's sturdy, he's solid, whereas Azeez is sagging. He's hunched a bit. He's showing the signs of fatigue.
Yeah. Although both of them, I think, feeling it a little bit now, but Azeez is feeling it more in terms of fatigue.
Yeah, Buatsi just looks more in control.
Yeah. More composed. He's
comfortable in there.
This is going to be a battle of the lungs now. Where are we? 7? A lot of
Yeah.
nervous energy, a lot of nervous energy, a lot of pride is on the line. Both Londoners. Maybe it's because they're Londoners. Close fight. I mean, close round. Buatsi looking the sharper to me.
Are you one of the men from the Midlands who don't like us guys from London?
I've got too many relatives in London to feel like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I think it's a bit. Yeah, it's a bit one way. We don't seem to have a problem. We kind of like the Midlands.
London is cool. When I was a kid going down to London on school holidays to my relatives and chilling with them, they call the Midlands country. They call anything north of London country, like it's countryside. Like we're living on farms.
They've never been. They've never been. That's all it is.
What?
But once you're in London, everything is here, so it's easy not to. I'm lucky where, in the sense of my job's got me to travel all over the UK.
Gotcha.
And it opens your eyes up, and you
Yeah.
think that one UK isn't that big. You can get two areas in a 5-hour drive from one end to the other.
Yeah.
And you can see the different cultures within the country. I think the people are a lot more friendlier in the Midlands.
Yeah, I think so. People are more friendly in the Midlands, and they say the further north you get, the friendlier they get.
That is what I was trying to say, definitely.
Yeah. And then also Wales. I mean,
I've never been to Wales.
The friendliest girls that I've ever known have come from Wales. I've ever known have come from Wales. One girl once said, "On a quick story." I mean,
I love a Mr. Dawkins story. Let me sit back and take
I went away for a week's seminar. It was a history thing. I was a history student. It was one of the subjects I was taking, and every year there's a rich old dead guy who set aside money for history students to come and stay at his on his grounds.
Lovely.
2 buildings, and they've turned them into like their hotels. Well, they're kind of bedding hotel, and then you go over to the main building and you get breakfast, dinner, and then you go out on a coach ride somewhere historical, the National War Museum, and it's all free. Paid for by this rich old industrialist who loved history and never wanted it to die and wanted people to learn. So I had 5 days at this place. 5 days. It was Monday to, I think we left on Saturday morning. So it was 5 nights. And I said to myself, I'm expecting to find my wifey for the stay on the second night. On the second night, I gave myself some time to work. How it worked out, I have to cut the story short. How it worked out is that I found my wifey. My wifey chose me while I was choosing the next girl. And I just realized I'd already been chosen, so I'll go with it. And the girl came from Wales. And she was my wifey from the first night to the last.
Very accommodating. She did fulfill all of her duties as required.
She went above.
I love those ones. I love those.
Above and beyond. One time, she said to me, "What do you want? Tell me something that you haven't done. Tell me something that you haven't done. Tell me something that you haven't done." And I had done it, but I hadn't done it in a while. So I told her, and she said, "Okay, let's go." Cool. And she came from Wales, and she was a beautiful gal too.
Mr. Dawkins, I have to live vicariously for you now.
Lyrics from, I tell you what, the stories I've told, they're just the tip of the iceberg, brother. Just the tip of the iceberg of the reality of RAF. The reality of RAF.
That round. That looked like a very exciting round there.
That was a great round.
He's breathing a bit now, controlling his breathing. The crowd looked extremely pleased. I was actually going to go to this, but I had to work.
I should have gone to this. Beautiful. Who won that round, people? I don't know. Tell me in the comment section who won that round.
And we don't mean the round Rafi had when he was up down with his Welsh.
He was in, I think the place was in Cambridgeshire, or it could have been Oxfordshire, the place. But that was crazy because she wasn't the only she wasn't the only lady. She wasn't the only lady. It was like it was for mature students, and every single person was just so nice. Just so nice. We all had something in common, history, our love of history. And these ladies had come from all across the UK, Scotland, Wales, and believe you me,
This
it
is
was a beautiful time.
And this is why I say to people, you know, that you just follow your interests and you will meet women there.
Yes.
Similar interests, and that's half the job done. You've got something you can talk about.
She chose me. I was trying to catch up the next girl who happened to be married, and she kept on interrupting me, this Welsh girl. So in the end, I just said, let me just give this girl some attention so she can go away while let me do what I'm doing. I turned around and I realized, oh, I've already been chosen. Okay, I'll accept it. And it's round 9 of 12.
Is Azeez looking like he got a second wind there that I was talking about?
That's what I'm saying. He's going to get the second wind, and Azeez is looking a bit sharper now.
Looking fresh. I mean, I've been scoring there. I've been having an interesting conversation with Mr. Dawkins about Mr. Dawkins'
to the left hook and right hook, left to the body, left to the head, right to the body. So Buatsi's got a second win too then.
I think Azeez is looking a bit sharper than Buatsi at the moment.
We're going to see. You're going to see because Buatsi just landed another jab and Azeez just missed his. So we're going to see.
And as Milton said, Azeez's good work is when he gets inside and he's getting in there now, and they're going rock 'em sock 'em. I love this toe to toe, head to forehead. Let's see who can cause the damage.
Buatsi to me still looking sharper.
Oh, he's swinging a miss there.
Yeah.
I don't know if Buatsi's conditioning's letting him down now.
Oh, well, Azeez is going good in this round.
Great hook from Azeez.
Yeah, Azeez is looking good in this round.
Miss.
Azeez is looking good in this round. He's tight on him.
Buatsi's not giving him an inch of space. Buatsi is stepping on the inside. He's doing Azeez's work for him.
Well, maybe he wants to be there.
Trusting himself on the counter on the inside. He's trusting himself to catch and hurt Azeez on the inside. Yeah, that was a big uppercut to the mid. He's trying to slow him down a bit.
Yeah, he wants to be there. Azeez ain't frightened of. Azeez ain't frightened. I mean, Buatsi ain't frightened of close quarters combat. He's right there.
Yeah, but if you can dominate in all areas, why would you go to give them your opponent the chance?
Maybe he wants to be there. Look at him; he's doing work in there. He ain't being overpowered.
Is it because
he ain't being overpowered? He's just as good as Azeez in there, arguably.
Yeah, but Azeez is. Oh, that was a big hook there. Sent Azeez back on the 2 steps. Powerful. Buatsi is stronger. That guy is just like
from Buatsi.
Oh, look at him.
Remember a lot of Azeez's shots there, they're pushing shots. Buatsi's landing the heavier shots inside.
Buatsi's legs getting slower.
Yeah, that's why another reason he doesn't want to run around.
He's tired. He needs this round to end, Buatsi.
I don't think he's being overawed.
No, I just think he's getting tired.
He's a little bit tired. But he still probably won this round.
Being unfair because they're about to step into the 10th.
Yeah,
Azeez got his second win there. Azeez looks good
that round
for the last 3, and this is what could give Azeez a chance if he keeps that energy up for the last 3 rounds. It could make this interesting.
Yeah, I'll give Azeez that round.
I don't know. I think from what I've been seeing, and I haven't been scoring, I think Azeez needs these last 3 to be with a chance of winning or a draw, maybe.
Yeah, I agree with that.
He's been dominating the early stages of the fight. But he just seemed to just slow down just as Azeez got a second wind.
I got to step away and get some water.
No problem. Yeah, I'll just talk to the gang. I've seen it as very competitive. Each round has been competitive. I just gave the majority of them to Buatsi. He's looked neater in there. He's looked stronger. But just as when it's coming to the championship rounds, I'm seeing it. Look, even now, Azeez looks nice and fresh. Buatsi is holding the centre. Left jab, Battle of the jabs. Azeez gets a scoring jab. Now they're stepping. Nice jab from Buatsi that got through. Azeez is the one pushing forward now. Buatsi's stepping back, circling. Battle of the jabs to step through. Just waiting for their areas. But he's got the guard. Azeez ducks in, uppercut. Uppercut to the mid-range from Buatsi. They're slowing down a bit now, taking a rest of being a bit more cagey this one. I think they know these last three is where it counts. Buatsi should be thinking, if I just keep myself steady, I've got this. Azeez needs to think, I need to come on strong. If he's clever, he will wait and then step it up the last minute and a half. And here we go. He steps in with some hooks. They miss, but he needs to get it exciting. He needs to be scoring some exciting punches, get the crowds cheering for him, and influence the judges. And that's what it is. Oh, Azeez, a bit of a slip by Azeez, but it's just a bit of moisture on the floor. Buatsi doesn't pounce on him, though, but he's a strong, solid body shots. He's trying to slam down to the body. Very clever from Buatsi. Then Azeez backs off. He tries to just duck a few jabs. I think one of them scored. As Buatsi sent a couple there. Azeez taking a bit of a rest there. He's trying to step into his jabs. Buatsi's arms out, inviting him to come inside. Buatsi wants this to come close quarters. There we go. Inside, both swinging. Azeez pushes him back. Buatsi steps right back in there. He wants it on the inside. Both go for the hookers. Looks like Buatsi. Damn. Buatsi's looking to move, to jab, circling. Buatsi's just looking for those scoring punches. Last minute now. Dan Azeez, he needs to step it up now. Otherwise, I might have to give this round to Buatsi. This is just a bit of a slow round there. It's like they've both had a silent pact to just slow it down a bit, not push too hard. It's just who can do the most work in his last 40 seconds to win the round. Buatsi comes in with a strong hook. Azeez looking to do some work on the inside. Now we're going. This is what the crowd will like. Buatsi stepping back, takes the centre. Azeez is the one stepping forward, trying to step in with a jab. Gets caught from Buatsi. Buatsi circles, jab. And Azeez tries to jump in with the jab. Buatsi sends in the jab, but Azeez slips it. Azeez ducking, sliding. He gets hit last 10 seconds. Goes for some hooks. Swinging a miss from Buatsi. Inside, goes for the body from Buatsi. Beautiful at the end. It was difficult when you're trying to call the fight. I would give that one to Azeez, but the judges might well have given that one to Buatsi. What do you think, Milton?
Well, I'm back, but it's a good thing you was talking there because I came back in to check and I'd lost the stream for a second. That was scary. That was horrible. That was horrible. Who won that fight? That round there?
It was a very cagey round, but I was saying that I'm edging it to Azeez, although Buatsi did look to do some nice sharp work. I was just asking Milton who he gave that round to.
Mm-hmm.
But Buddy McGirt is there winding Buatsi Azeez up.
What round is this? 11?
11.
Yeah.
Last two. It's been an absolutely, as Frank Warren would say, a great domestic dust-up.
For real. I'm just getting my scorecard done. 9-10. You read that to Buatsi. Azeez. I'll go with that. And Buatsi's there. So 11 and 12. So what we're saying here, okay? Jab from Buatsi. Jab from Azeez.
Take care, Thomas.
What happened there?
Thomas.
Gotta go, folks. Take care, everybody. Nice to have you up in here, Thomas. Take care, whatever you're doing. Take care. I think at this time, this is the time when Thomas has to take care of his old lady, I think. It's normally around 11 o'clock when he dips out and she says, Thomas, get your ass up here now.
Buatsi's calling for them to stand toe to toe.
Yeah, and Buatsi and Azeez is like, hey.
The crowd are loving it. I've seen the crowd on their feet. Oh, I wish I was in the Over Arena. I wish I'd never had to work today and could have been in there.
This is beautiful. This is beautiful.
Do you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking they're going to do a draw, so they can do it too. They can have it again in the O2 this time.
Yeah, it's real close.
Some positive boxing news for once.
It's beautiful and it's real close. Real close.
Yeah, if they did this again, I think it would be an O2 fight.
Yeah.
They sold it out 8,000 in the OVO in Wembley.
Yeah. If you got a strong undercard, you got a strong co-main.
Oh! Did he slip? Down goes Azeez.
Oh my God.
He's being counted.
So I'm way behind you then now. I'm going behind. Oh,
does he catch him or does he slip?
Looked like he slipped.
It looked like a slip to me.
But then
he counted him.
Yeah.
He counted him as a slip, then Azeez has lost this.
Yeah.
He's lost it. He needs a knockdown in return and he's in trouble now.
Is that Audley Harrison in the background? Audley, how come you come to England and you don't check the ref?
Azeez didn't seem hurt at all. He jumped straight up.
Yeah. That could have been unjust. Looked like the leg slipped.
Yeah, I don't think
Buatsi, he's pouring it on. Well, he was.
So, Mr. Dawkins, if the referee... Oh, done him again!
Lord. So that's definite then. I'm way behind you then. I'm way behind you. Lord have mercy. Whoa. Oh, fuck. That was real because the same thing happened again. His front leg went out. So that means the first drop was real then.
I need to check these, Mike.
So that first drop was real then because the second drop looked like the first drop. And it was the front leg giving out.
Do you know the reason I'm thinking? Because the floor seems wet. Look at the guy, because they were slipping before.
Maybe, but he dropped the second time in a different part of the ring. The first way he dropped the first time.
Let's see now.
So now I'm saying...
They're replaying it. It's a slip. It's a slip. The floor's wet. It's a slip. Yeah, his back foot. His back foot. Yep, slips. It's not a hit.
Slip. Could have been a slip, but the canvas don't look wet.
It is
what happened the second time then? What happened to...
I haven't shown the second time.
Man, his foot. I don't know, man. I don't know. His foot looked like he slipped. There was nothing for him to slip on, man. Maybe that's just the way he goes down. Maybe that's the way he falls down because he couldn't have slipped two times like that to a shot at the exact same time when the shot hits him. So it's a 10-8 round to me. It's got to be.
Well, it's going to be extremely fortunate to get two slips and none of them be counted against him. So
yeah. And
as you said, he's slipping as punches are coming in.
Yeah, as they're landing.
It's because he's stepping back, trying to get his foot in. It's his back foot. When he's trying to get his foot in, he's just catching it. But now they're just going for it now. This is going to be a great 12th round.
Yeah. Whoa. If he drops again, what are you going to say? A slip?
Oh, look, I only saw the first one. That looked like a slip to me.
Yeah.
If I think he's been dropped, I think say he's been dropped. But, yeah, it was just the first one. It just looked like it just clearly looked like his foot.
It did look like a slip, but
yeah,
we'll see. Let's see if he gets dropped again.
Well, it's no. There goes our draw. There goes our draw because you can't with a knockdown give this a draw or two Azeez. Buatsi's done enough in the early rounds.
Yeah.
And the knockdown in the championship round, that's where your quality stands.
Yeah. But I'd just like to see Buatsi just drop him again in the 12th to end all argument or discuss or debate or question. Because there's going to be questions. There's going to be questions. And reasonably so, because it looks like a slip. It's going to be talked about. But the second knockdown, I think that nullifies the first. Any controversy of the first.
Well, then, even if Buatsi wins, right? Buatsi takes his belts.
Yeah.
They could still go for a replay,
of course they could. Of course they could.
And, get Shalom some positive press.
Absolutely.
Last 60 seconds, this has been a great domestic dust-up.
It's been fantastic, thoroughly enjoyable.
Like your time with the Welsh slash in Cambridge show.
I got some pictures of that holiday.
For your private collection. Well, Buatsi's going for the finish now. Left, right. Well, Azeez pushes him away. Last 30 seconds. Azeez,
whoa, that's what you mean. He's going for the finish. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
He might finish.
Wow, he went for it.
On this.
30 seconds left on my top, probably 23 on yours.
Why are you taking a breather, Buatsi? Go for it.
He's got to breathe. He's got to breathe. He's got to breathe. He's got to breathe.
You could have had the grandstand finish for the great domestic dust.
He's got to breathe, man. He's got to breathe. You can't push out energy that ain't there. Unless you want to get knocked out yourself.
Oh, Azeez might go. What a fight. I'm glad that they can still hug and still be friends.
Woo, woo. Yes. Woo. Buatsi winging them in. Gets a liver shot, kidney shot. Yeah, still friends. Big hug. And Azeez's legs. Azeez's legs look the more fatigued of the two.
Azeez has lost his title.
Yeah, which I expected. Azeez is on rubbery legs, man. His legs.
What's Shalom saying to him?
His legs look like they're on plasticine. Yeah,
what do you think Shalom was? Hopefully, Shalom was saying to Buatsi, call him for a rematch, call him to run it back. We want to do this again in the O2.
That sealed it. That may have sealed it for Buatsi. I absolutely think it did. Buatsi just might stop Azeez. Did not see the. Hey, man, that was what I predicted, brother. Come on now. That's what I predicted, brother. Leg stoppage for Buatsi. 4 points. Buatsi took his foot out. Yo, what do you, bro? If the petrol tank is almost empty, what are you gonna do? You're gonna start speeding up? Don't make sense. You think Buatsi is ready for Bivol?
Absolutely not.
No. I don't think he'll ever be ready for Bivol. OMG. OMG.
Oh, Mr. Dawkins. After this, what do you think? Do you think about looking at the DAZN? See if Conor Benn, you're interested in that one?
Conor Benn would have finished already because I was watching DAZN before this, and Conor Benn was starting before this started, and this has gone 12 rounds. So, sorry?
Oh, it started already.
He started. The Conor Benn fight started before this fight.
Oh well, Eddie Hearn shot himself in the foot going up against this with Conor Benn. He's trying to ruin Shalom, and this was a great fight.
Yeah, that was.
Sky, I'm not interested. I never even thought of Conor Benn until after the fight's finished.
For real. Yeah, Conor Benn's fight started before this fight. I was watching DAZN. What is it? Amo Williams won, and then they said Conor Benn coming up next. So I cut off the TV and I finished writing up this because I didn't write up this show, the thumbnail and everything until tonight. So lastminute.com business. I couldn't be watching anything, but the Conor Benn's fight had started a good 10, 15 minutes before this one, to the best of my knowledge. Somebody tell me that I'm wrong because I turned off the TV and focused on getting this.
I was just opening up my phone and I think you're right. I think the fight's done. I think they're just...
Yeah. I think it started 10, 15 minutes before this one. Easily.
Naughty of Eddie Hearn. He needs to stop doing this, trying to bully smaller promoters. He used to try and do that to Frank Warren. Yeah. Just put his main event up against theirs whenever they've got a half decent show. They just put something on the same night just to try.
Let's listen to the points. 116, 110.
Sounds about fair.
117, 109. Buatsi. Gotta be. Yeah. Joshua Buatsi, the rightful winner, in my opinion. 9 rounds to 3, 8 rounds to 4 on 2 cards, 8 rounds to 4 on the other. How did I have it? Let's have a look.
Especially with a double knockdown, that becomes a 10-7 round, doesn't it?
That becomes a 10-8, 10. It could be. It doesn't have to be a 10-7 round. It's anything from a 10-8 to 10-7. Yeah.
Yeah, very enjoyable. Well done, Ben Shalom.
Yeah. I just want to count up how many rounds I've done. But yeah, carry on talking. Yeah.
No, very naughty, Eddie Hearn, because the Conor Ben fight, just see a few highlights, looked like a decent scrap as well. You know, he stopped him from doing that on a Friday. He didn't have to do it on the Saturday. Friday night. And then we could have had a nice weekend of some British boxing.
Yeah. I had 8 rounds to 4 for Buatsi. 8 rounds.
I think that was the 11-70. Sorry, the 117-109 was a bit too far. Yeah, but it's the double knockdowns, though, Milton. You know, if you get dropped twice, if you get dropped twice, you're open to that.
Definitely. I got to get a new chair, by the way, folks. I listened back to the last live, and my chair was squeaking like it was a poison rat.
You need to stop doing your extracurricular activities on the chair and use it for sitting, not having a stridden.
Well, the chair ain't even good for that because it's got arms. The arms get in the way. So that's another good reason why I got to get rid of it.
You might need it because of the, need it for a bit of tying up play.
Well, no, I don't like the arms. They just get in the way. They're very restrictive. Next one I get won't have any arms, or that you can retract them, push them out the way, drop them down. I don't like the arms. And I've tried the WD-40. I've tried everything with it, but I think this thing's probably about 10 years old. This swivel chair is probably around 10 years old. It's done its duty.
Yeah, it's always nice. They do have a shelf life. They and they move on. The designs, you get to technology moves on. It'll be better for the back. Some nicer ones.
The one I've got, the ones we've got in the office, they're crazy because you sit down, you change position, and the armrest it actually slides out. If your hand slides forward, the armrest slides forward with it. You know what I mean? It's like, and then if your arm goes back, but the other arm goes forward, the armrest kind of follows you. So the game's done changed. It's got the mesh on it as well, so air comes through, and yeah, man. So I'm going for one of them next. I don't care. One time I didn't want to spend the money, but now when I heard all that creaking, I said, nah, this is beyond a joke now. I'm going to spend the money. Probably cost me £100, but it's worth it not to hear that squeaking. But I want to get a good one, though. I don't want to make a mistake. I have to research. I have to do some research, people. In fact, if anybody knows of a top-notch chair for around £100, that's the budget, let me know. Does Dan Azeez sound like he's got blocked sinuses? Seems like he talks through his nose. Has he got a blockage, nasal blockage?
I don't know. I think he always sounds like that. I don't know. But I haven't got the volume up.
Oh, yeah, well, that's smart. But I've always think he sounds nasal, like there's some blockage right around it, the bridge of the nose, right about there. I was just trying to do the best, blah, 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 through the nose. Like he's got a nasal blockage. You may need to have that cleaned out, cartilage or something mashed up in there. He pushed me. It was a great fight. I think Yard stops either of these. Yeah, that may be. I fancy Yard over either of these. Yes.
To be honest, and that's what we might get now. Actually, I mean, that's what they're pushing for. That's what Yard is pushing for. The winner of well, he said if the winner was Buatsi,
Yeah.
Big enough fight for him to go up against. He wants them to headline.
Well, I think if I'm Buatsi or Buatsi's people, get him a world championship first before you put him in with Yard.
Oh no, we were just saying that we don't want them to wait. Let's get them in.
For Buatsi needs to get the world championship fight before he fights Yard. Because if he fights Yard first, he's not going to get the world championship fight.
What's he going to do against Bivol or Beterbiev though? Because this was a WBA eliminator.
Yeah.
So that's Bivol's belt.
Well, Yard did it. Why can't Yard did it? Yard fought Kovalev and Bivol. Why can't Buatsi fight Bivol?
Of course he can. I'm just talking about what a selfish fight fan wants. I want to see them fight next.
Well, yeah, but he's got a life to live after boxing. He's got an obligation to get the biggest fight with the biggest check.
I think that I actually think a domestic headline with Anthony Yard, could be almost as lucrative as a world title fight, and he's got more of a chance of being successful in it.
Well, I counter that by saying even if it is almost as lucrative, well then the Yard fight's still going to be there after he loses to Bivol. So why accept one paycheck when you can get two?
Yeah, but he just turned down the Bivol fight.
Yeah, but that was a mistake. And if he gets the chance again, he's got to do he must have. He's an intelligent guy. He must be able to do the math. You can get a Bivol payday and a Yard payday, rather than just a Yard payday.
When has the undisputed fight been announced yet?
Between Bivol and
Beterbiev?
I think it has, hasn't it?
I don't know.
It has, because after Ramadan, because Beterbiev is a Muslim. So after Ramadan, yeah, the fight's on. It's on and cracking. His Excellency said he's going to let Bivol get Ramadan out of the way. Then he's going to get some time to recover, then some time to train, and then the fight. So, yeah, it's what do you want? 2 big paydays or 1 big payday? That's the equation.
What I'm asking is because once they do it, do the belts become vacant? Because Al Sheikh is offering money for the winner to go up and fight Jared Bataille in a catchweight. And I think
Say again?
The Saudis
are
in the winner to fight Jared Bataille in the catchweight.
Yeah.
So the belts become vacant. So maybe we do get the Yards and Buatsi fight for a vacant. I don't know. Maybe it can be best.
Well, either way, if you can get 2 good paydays, or you can get 1 good payday, what do? You take the 2 good paydays. I mean, Buatsi ain't no spring chicken no more. 107 to 117 to 109 was absurd. Yeah, it's crazy.
How did you score it then, Wilson?
Yeah, how'd you score it, Milton? In my opinion, better be Beterbiev would destroy Azeez. Yeah, I think so. He doesn't move nearly enough. No, he doesn't.
Azeez is a good domestic approaching European level fighter. He's
Well, you disagree with the statement?
No, I'm agreeing. If he steps up to world level,
yeah,
and where he's come forward style, walking into Beterbiev, he might go the way of Joe Smith Jr.
Yeah,
at the second round.
Yeah, it'd be bad. If we see Bivol Beterbiev sign, Buatsi gets first dibs on the first undisputed defense. He's earned it.
Take care, Milton. It's been nice interacting with you.
What did you say?
Milton, he says he's got to go.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yes.
Gents, many blessings. Yeah, blessings. And thanks for jumping in, Milton. Some good observations. Don't think I've seen you here before, so feel free to hit that subscribe button. We go live almost every Monday night of the year, of the calendar year, and normally kick off around 9 p.m. So if you hit that subscribe button, feel free to jump in on the live show, Boxing Talk with Rafi. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you got. But I hear what you're saying. You're saying it's going to be delayed. It's going to be. It's February. What is it? February now. You want to see Buatsi fight? Hey, I kind of agree with that, bro. I say, don't jeopardize your big. Anyway, it's just don't jeopardize your big payday. That's just common boxing knowledge. Don't jeopardize your big payday.
Talking about jeopardizing big paydays, Mr. Dawkins.
Say that again.
Talk about jeopardizing big paydays.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the undisputed heavyweight championship being delayed?
Well, I saw a video where it looked like Fury took an elbow, and I saw a picture where it looks like Fury's got a hole in his face. Yeah, in roughly around the same place, similar area where he got cut up by Otto Wallin, and the irresponsible referee let the fight go on. And now could this latest injury, could that be Tyson Fury reaping the rewards of that fight not being stopped? Because it looks like it's down near same place, similar place, when he got cut up by Otto Wallin. Do I have the images? I know I do, but where are they? I think I should be. I located that Shizzling record time. Lennox Lewis did a post, and as a matter of fact, I think with the technology and my increased understanding of technology, I think I can just shuffle that over to my computer from where I can show you what I can see. What should I say this? SPCF. SPCF, that's what I'll save it as. SPCF, and then in a very few short moments, I should be able to bring that up on my screen so you can see. You can see what we're talking about. And look at that. It's almost like a damn miracle. A year ago, probably wouldn't have had the know-how to do that. Yeah, thanks, Milton. But now, by the power of technology and Rafi's increasing knowledge of how to use this shizzle, boom, there it is. Cut in a very similar area under the right eyebrow.
If it worked out better for him, because if it had been stopped,
yeah,
he probably wouldn't have got the Deontay Wilder fights. He wouldn't be WBC champion.
Or if he had been stopped, he'd just get another fight in. They'd write that off, and Deontay Wilder would fight him anyway. Maybe, because he's a big name. If he gets a win after losing to Wallin, depending on who he beats, if he gets a nice win, then I think that Deontay Wilder would have fought him anyway, because the money would have been good. The money would still be good. Maybe. That's one hypothetical. That's one possibility. That's the other side of the coin. That's one side of the coin.
It's a shame because so many people had so many doubts that the fight would actually happen.
Which fight?
The undisputed heavyweight fight. That Fury.
It's been rescheduled, don't you? Officially.
For a month later, 4 weeks later.
It's been officially rescheduled. No, it won't be a month. Probably 2 months. But let me see.
March.
No. It's February now. It couldn't be a month. It'd have to be 2 months. Let me see if I can actually pull that up, though. Let's go there. What does this say? Conor Ben. Do you want to know the result?
I know that. Yeah, I had a look on. So I saw the results. So you can.
Gold ground unanimous decision for Conor Ben.
It's always going to be questions now since he's come back from that scandal. He's not getting knockouts anymore.
There will be that said. There will be that said. But I'm trying to find the date because it's out there. It's in an interview with Ariel Helwani of the MMA Hour, or is that the change name of that show? But anyway, it's Ariel Helwani. Oh, here it is. It's right in front of my damn eyes. I'm talking about looking for it. It's right in front of my damn eyes. As a matter of fact, rat-tat-tat-tat, I can do some more magic. You can do magic. Say again?
What I heard was there's a £10 million or dollars forfeit if you pull out.
Fury versus Usyk rescheduled for May 18th in Saudi Arabia with a $10 million penalty clause.
Yes. And they said if Fury pulls out,
yeah,
Usyk can fight an opponent of his choice, and then Fury has to fight Joshua.
So he gets spanked.
This is what I'm saying.
It's like it's a punishment. It's like, if you mess around, we're gonna spank you, boy. We're gonna spank you, boy.
Because this is the second postponement.
Look what I found in the airing cupboard.
What'd you find?
It's in the screen.
What, the watch?
Yeah.
What's it doing in the airing cupboard?
I bought it off eBay and it was advertised as worn once. And when I looked at it, I could see skin cells in the back of the bracelet, and I was repulsed and disgusted because I bought it on the basis that it was only wore once. So I think I forgot what happened. I thought I threw it away. I cursed them out, in the comments when you give the review of the seller. I cursed them out. I said, because it was the wife selling it on behalf of the husband. And I said, these are a dirty set of lying individuals. They sold me a watch supposed to be worn once, and I found skin cells in the bracelet, on the inside of the bracelet, and I was disgusted and repulsed. She didn't even have the decency to clean the thing up. So I was disgusted and repulsed, and it was the early days. This is going back at least maybe 7 years ago. So it was the early days. I didn't know about I didn't know that I could have just said, because it didn't fit the description of the seller gave, I could have just got my money back. I didn't know that back then. So as far as I was aware, I'd probably thrown it away or whatever, but I didn't. What actually happened is that I must have cleaned it up, which sounds like me, made it pristine again, and I put it back in the box. It came in a lovely box. I put it back in the box, and I forgot about it. This is about 7 years ago. Anyway, I was cleaning out the airing cupboard, and I recognized the box because it's like a gift box, quite expensive looking thing. And I recognized the box, and I remembered what was in it. And I opened it up, and to my surprise, what was in it was in it. But the thing is that looking at it now without the skin cells and with it being pristinely clean, it's actually beautiful. It looks like a beautiful brand new watch.
Lovely. I'm not a watchman, to be honest, but
I'm a big watchman. I'm a big watchman. Big watchman. I was a big watch boy. So my love affair with watches started as a boy, as a child, as a young man. I think I was impressed by my dad's watches. And I said, well, yeah, when I get big, I'm going to have watches like that. And sure enough, it came to pass. They recognized my fascination with watches. And so I got my first watch at an early age, and it had, I don't know, it glowed, the numberings, the letterings, the numbers. They had that luminescent. They had a luminescent green stuff on them. So at night time, keep it on you cover your head and you're in bed and it's dark. You cover your head and all the digits, the numbers, they glow. They glowed in the dark. It was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful thing. So they gave me my first timepiece at an early age, and I've been in love with timepieces ever since.
Lovely. I mean, when I was out, engagement ring and wedding ring shopping, I saw a few people coming in to buy watches, and it looked like a bit of a.
It's a thing.
Thing. Yeah, the guy looked very happy to get his watch. He came in. He must have ordered the one he wanted. And you know, when you go in those places and you're going to spend a bit of money, they sit you down, offer you champagne, whatever it is. You know, you get the full treatment.
Oh yeah.
And I had a kind of a glimpse.
Yes.
Yes. No, I mean, I'm happy with I've got one of those. I've been sucked into the whole Apple stuff.
Oh yeah, okay, I get you.
That I use for my fitness tracking and stuff. I'm
not that much. I'm not heavy into the digital stuff.
Oh, yeah, if you like the originals, because there's no craftsmanship in an Apple Watch, is it? All the craftsmanship is in the watch.
I did have one of the, but even when I did have one of those fitness things, it was a night watch with a heart rate monitor, which I got brand new off eBay, and the seller must have been cursing his luck because there were a bunch of them going, and they're going at half prices. And me being a canny shopper that I am, I had a little look around, and there was one particular watch that was being sold at the same time, but it was overlooked. So everybody was bidding on these other watches, whereas this one of the same type, everybody had overlooked it. So the prices on the other one's going up and up and up, and I'm looking at this one, and nobody's noticed it. And I just know how when it's going to close, the bidding's going to close in 11 minutes, and nobody's noticed it. And I got it for about £9.99 when other people were paying like 70, 80, 90 pounds for the rest.
Lovely.
He must have hated me, that seller.
If he was selling multiple, he would have made enough on the others. I thought, well, if that one got away,
of course he would. But I did the same thing with my massage table. A lot of people were, because I'm qualified in that, so a lot of people were bidding on a lot of beds, and they were all roughly finishing bidding at the same time, the auctions. And of course, Rafi does some scouting around and says, hold on a second. What about the one that everybody's missed, including me? So I went scouting around, and sure enough, there was one table that everyone had overlooked, and they're all bidding on the other ones. And so I thought, okay, yeah, this is finishing in 11 minutes time? Okay, don't put a bid on and alert other people. Just leave it there. And then in the last few seconds, literally, when I put my bid in, there was a flurry of bids. But I put my bid in just in time, and I put it high enough so when the other bids came in, they didn't overrule mine. And I got the bed, which was selling for like a £90, £100, £120. I got mine for £34. And I had a premonition what was going to happen. I knew what was going to happen. The seller would be unhappy. Yes, so he's going to give me an inferior product. And sure enough,
he gave you an inferior one.
Sure enough, when it comes, there's a little tear in the material. And I expected it. So I knew by this time, I know the procedure. I just took a picture of the tear, the cut. I put a tape measure, like the police do at crime scenes. I put a tape measure next to the tear, and it measured at about half an inch. And so the tape measure's right there, like the cops do. I took a picture of that. I sent it to them the same day I received it. And I said to them, yeah, hello, hey. I can't have this. I can't have this table because it is not as described. There is a tear, and as you can see, it's there, and it's a half of an inch tear. And then they said, oh, very sorry about that, sir. We can give you a £10 discount. And I thought, no, it doesn't fit the description, and therefore I will have to return it to you at your cost. And I went, well, because they're looking at it now and said, it's not making sense for them. I said, well,
more to bloody take it back.
Yeah, they don't want it back. So they got, well, what if we give you like £20 back? Bearing in mind, I only spent 30. I said, no, I'll be requiring one of these items that fits the description, which this does not. I said, okay, then just keep the bed. Just keep the table, okay? I said, fair enough. Thank you. Bye-bye. And they said, oh, sorry. And they sent me my money back.
I was going to say, did you get a refund too?
Yeah, no. They gave me a refund and said, keep the bed. Because it would cost them money to take it back.
Lovely.
I was perfectly agreeable with that situation. And I knew it was going to happen. I knew that's what they were going to do. They were going to say, okay, we'll send him an inferior one. But by this time, this is years after the watch incident where I got angry with the lady for lying to me. Years after that.
She taught you, though, so now you was ready for when you come to bed. So.
Yeah, she taught me because I read up on the rules and stuff. And I said, oh, I could have sent that watch back. But it's funny. It's funny how things work out, because I look at this watch now and it looks absolutely beautiful to me because there's no skin cells. It's perfectly clean. And it looks genuinely, I can see the beauty in it, whereas I couldn't the first time around. It looks absolutely delectable. If it were a lady, I would be paying her compliments. I'll be paying her compliments. It's absolutely beautiful, Leon. Absolutely beautiful. Of course, the battery stopped, so I'm going to have to, but I'll do that at lunchtime. I'll do that at lunchtime from work on Monday. I'm so happy with it. Absolutely bloody happy. And it's been kept in pristine condition in its box for 7 years, untouched by the human hand, unseen by the human eye. It's almost like a virgin again, Leon. It's beautiful.
There's no such thing as a virgin again.
She's a born-again virgin, Leon. Born-again virgin.
She can be an ass.
I actually think a woman can be a virgin twice because, during the course of my journeys, I've met a couple of ladies who just focused on their careers. They weren't, they couldn't be bothered with men, and they'd been off the dating scene, out of the dating pool for a couple of years. And yeah, when they come back, it's like they're born again virgins. It's new to them again. So I think to an extent, a woman can be a born again virgin. That's just my. Say again?
They're overrated.
Well, it's a different type of virgin, because this is a virgin with experience. So, it's a different thing.
All that bloody stop, it hurts crap. I ain't got time for all of that. Just
no. I don't deal with that. I don't deal with that. That's that. No, we're not talking about that. I'm talking about the freshness. The freshness. None of this stop business. No. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about the freshness.
Yeah, I don't know. My experience with them when I was bloody in my younger days.
Oh no! The born again ones are much better than the original ones. Far superior.
They've got a bit of better celibacy.
They're far superior. They're far superior because they have the experience. They know what to do. It's just that they haven't done it for a few years.
Gagging.
So exactly. So when they come back to it, it's like, oh my gosh, this is marvelous. So they're better than the original virgins. That's what I'm trying to say, bro. But yeah, we were talking about Tyson Fury. He has a £10 million penalty if he messes around. If he F's around, he will find out.
December is meant to happen, not happening. February is meant to happen, not happening. May is meant to happen. I'm going to say not happening.
What could be the excuse this time then? What could possibly be the excuse this time?
If
There's no excuses. He's all out of excuses, surely.
I thought to myself, he's going to turn up and fight because there's too much money on the line. Even if he loses, he gets paid well.
Yeah.
and it hasn't happened.
Well, he got cut. Have you seen the cut?
My point is,
Yeah.
I'm starting to think it's bloody cursed.
Well, yeah, it could be to an extent.
I'm starting to think the heavyweight undisputed is cursed. We are in undisputed season with the boxing world. The lower divisions are doing it. The lower divisions are collecting their undisputed belts. And the heavyweights always had this problem. Arbitration, Joshua Wilder negotiations, Fury, Joshua agreeing it, arbitration. There we go back. Now this, Ngannou takes him distance, delays it. Now this cut. I'm just
Tyson Fury is the common denominator in all of that shizzle.
And that's my point. So I was starting to think, one, it's cursed.
Yeah.
Two, there was also the Wilder and Joshua negotiations when Fury was out of the bloody picture. But one, it's cursed, and two, while Fury's involved, I just can't have any faith it's going to happen. One, boxing is boxing. Cuts and stuff can happen. But two, Fury is Fury. The guy's an enigma. He can just wake up and say, I'm not doing it. He can just wake up and say, he seems like he can go through a great camp. He can be in peak form, just wake up on one morning and say, do you know what? Turkey, I ain't doing it.
Turkey.
Go back to bed. I'm not doing it.
You can't do that, though. It's financial penalties. You can't do that.
He's already been paid by them. He got paid for the Ngannou fight. He's got money.
He's got money. He's got money, but he's a greedy cat. He's a greedy cat. He's a greedy cat. He's a greedy man. He still hasn't paid. He still hasn't bought the houses for the homeless. He's a greedy man. He is. He's a greedy belly. Usyk said it. He's a greedy belly. He's a greedy belly. I've just been asked. I'm in the video now. I'm in the video. My video. Tyson Fury elbowed out of undisputed fight. Was it karma? And someone asks, where is the blood? 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 The blood on the gloves. Are you disputing? Are you disputing?
Well, you always go into doubt what comes out of Fury's mouth.
Yeah.
You could be in the gym and see the spar happen, and you could still doubt it and think, is he up to some tricks? Is he up to some trickery?
Will I ask fake cut? Question mark. CGI? Question mark. I mean, did you see the cut? Did you see? I think I saw the cut. I think I saw the cut.
Look, my thing is this. It's always, how can I put it? I don't think innocent people need to demonstrate proof.
Well, the law courts might disagree with you, Leon.
So they're good. No, I agree.
The law courts may disagree with you, Leon.
Sorry, no. But that's when you've been. But that's my point. If you're going to court, innocence is in doubt. It's like the person who turns up to work late and says, "Oh, look at this picture I took of the traffic." You think, "Oh, f off." You're just in traffic. He's coming.
Thanks a lot, Leon. That's my normal go-to move.
You just think. If there's traffic, you just think for crying. You're just upset because you was in traffic. You haven't got time to be taking pictures. You're just upset.
I've actually pulled that move. I won't do it again.
But what was it a genuine one, or was you entertaining No,
it was actually genuine. It was just chuck-a-block. I've done it more than once, and it's always been genuine. But I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, so maybe it's just me because it's just
No, it's some people bullshit in the group chats. It's the same people who are always late.
Yeah, I'm just like, it's happened, and I'm not. What do you mean evidence? It's like you know, the bloke who, or you know, the girl comes home from the office party and says, "Oh, you know," or the girl that comes in from the club and says, "Oh, I dance with my girls." You knew she was grinding with some bloke all bloody night. Why can't you announce that?
Oh, that's painful. That's a painful thought.
It's just, I don't know.
That's a painful thought.
But then
A friend of mine passed away the other day, and it's kind of funny because he was with me on the night when I had one of my most iconic nights, and he passed away, and I feel like I've lost a witness. I feel like I've lost someone who could bear testament to my greatness.
I always get back onto Rafi's conquests.
Well, you missed one. You missed one earlier on about the Welsh girl.
Did she have a hairy back?
She most certainly did not, and she didn't have a hairy snap either. I've actually got pictures of her.
Rafi, I'm quite happy to believe all the conquests. I'm not doubting you.
Well, I do have visual proof.
We're talking about lies.
I just put that.
We're talking about potential dishonesty.
Yeah.
And we're somehow end up on your conquest.
And you know, Rafi, I didn't. You made
there was a connection though, or otherwise I wouldn't have done it.
What was the connection?
Well, that's a good question. I was just trying to think about.
Was there blood, Rafi?
Sorry?
I said, was there blood?
There was not blood. Oh. Virginity. Back to virginity. The born again virgins.
Oh.
No, it's just because I felt like you were reading out my comment, which is why I came up.
No, I wasn't reading that comment.
I heard you say, refer to a video you made earlier today.
Yeah. And
someone wrote in the comments.
Oh, that was you. Was there blood?
Yeah, where was the blood? Yeah.
Where was there blood? Oh, that's okay. So you're talking about was there blood in connection with?
Did you like that?
In connection with Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
Well, I responded. Did you not? Do you doubt it? Do you think it was CGI?
I'll tell you what I do think is interesting. Have you heard the interview?
Hold on a second. Let's just keep things linear, and let's just clear things up.
Okay, I'll tell you what I do doubt.
No, hold on. No. Before we get to that, let's just keep things linear in order, and let's just tick the boxes off. Right. So the connection with the death of my friend. I don't know, but I lost. There was a loss.
It was the proof. Somebody that was proof that could prove it. That was
proof. Yeah, proof. That's it. Proof. We're talking about proof. We're talking about proof there. So when I lost my friend earlier on late last year, you know, I thought about the passing of a life of a friend, and the fact that he was younger than me. We went to school, but he was younger than me. So that there's a bit of an impact there. When people younger than you die and you were a year or two older than them in school, you feel kind of senior in age. Well, you are senior in age. And it's kind of weird when one of your juniors passes away. It's kind of like, wow, that's crazy. He was younger than me. That's A. And then B, which is slightly comical, I remember that he was riding shotgun with me on one of my most iconic nights. One of my most iconic and most memorable nights. He was riding shotgun. He was the only other person in the car with me, other than when we got the two ladies. They dropped off her car at her house and then jumped into my car. And he was my sidekick, and he was the only other witness from my side. I mean, them two girls, presumably they're still alive, but he was there on one of my most iconic, memorable, incredible, hilarious, marvelous nights. And he was a witness. And now he's gone. And I lost a friend, and I lost my only witness to an incredible night. And it's kind of funny. I think of it fondly, and it makes me laugh. You know, I miss the old guy. Well, he's a young guy, young to me, but there's always that night. There's always that. I always think about that night, and he bore witness to one hell of a, and he was part of it as well. There was one for me, one for him. Hell of a night, and he bore witness to it, and now he's gone. So my evidence on my part is gone. So that's kind of weird. But yeah, it was one hell of a night. I may tell the story one day, but I think I'll probably keep it for the book. Over to you. Over to you, John Daly. I think it's over to you. I think we've ticked the boxes. Is there something I've missed?
Right, okay. So I'm not alone in having doubts about the veracity of Tyson Fury's claims about this.
Okay.
Which is what we were discussing.
Okay.
And I heard that obviously Leon doesn't necessarily think the burden of proof is on the fighter to prove they're injured.
The proof is on who? The proof is on who? The burden of proof is on who?
Doesn't feel that the burden of proof is on the fighter to prove it's injured. I'm assuming
I'm losing the last word or two you're saying, John. I'm not
right. Okay, so I think Leon just said before I came on that he can obviously correct me if I'm wrong, that he doesn't feel that the burden of proof in this instance would be on the injured fighter, who is Tyson Fury, to prove that he's injured.
I don't think that's what he said.
Well, I may have got it.
I don't think that was the thrust of the argument. I think Leon was saying that he doesn't trust Tyson Fury.
Okay, good. Anyway, so what I found interesting was Aegis Climbers.
Yeah.
I heard an interview with him today.
Mm.
I don't know if it's done today, but I heard it today.
Mm.
And he said he hasn't received a medical report. He's only seen what we've seen.
Yeah.
And that's this photo and the sparring video.
Yeah.
He questioned the sparring video on a number of points.
Oh.
One of them being the lack of blood, which other people have pointed out as well. And I still find it a bit difficult. If it's a gash that deep,
yeah,
and Tyson's got white gloves, and he clearly puts his hands up to where his head guard is.
Yeah.
Why isn't there any blood on his gloves?
I have a counter to that.
I do have a bit of a problem with that one, but that isn't the only thing. Okay. So, I don't know, I spent about 2 hours going over this with Beeb because, it's out on YouTube anyway. If you want to listen to it.
No. Beeb can come over to the RDCR.
Anyway.
He knows where I am. Beeb, when you want it.
Anyway, the reason that I went on specifically with Beeb is because when the build-up to the Ngannou fight was happening, and they announced that Fury was going to fight Usyk on the 23rd of December, I got called onto Beeb's live show that day as the AJ fanboy. Okay. Because I didn't believe that Tyson Fury was going to fight Alexander Usyk on the 23rd of December. Beeb swore blue till he was in the face that it was signed that it was going to happen, and fighters don't pull out of signed fights. And we're talking about a man who's pulled out 2 signed fights. So at this point, my stance is it could be legit, but I think that it's fair for people to question it until we get more evidence. Because you could have photoshopped that photo. Yeah. People have got all sorts of legitimate question marks about that sparring footage. Yeah. And what Aegis Climbers has also questioned is like, well, it needs a doctor's report.
It needs that, definitely.
It needs a doctor's report, and that the photo could be an old photo, could be photoshopped. It's possible. Yeah. These things are possible.
I don't know. the right doctor, though, they can write you up a report for anything.
Well,
That is also possible.
I'm not going to dispute that either, Leon, because like I think I've spent 2 hours today arguing with Beeb that anybody that doesn't believe Tyson Fury is reasonable for not believing him because it's Tyson Fury. Even people, I've heard quite a lot of people making several videos over the course of these events breaking, questioning their belief in this. And these were people I know thought that Fury was going to beat Usyk. No, I didn't think Fury was going to beat Usyk. I think I said to you off air, Raf, not that long ago, that I thought Usyk was actually going to knock him out.
Yeah, I remember that.
But I don't think we know enough yet. I mean, it's going to be, if we don't see a picture of Tyson Fury between now and when they announce his next fight, that's a bit suspicious. Because surely people are going to be trying to get.
Sorry, didn't he do a video with the Saudis? Didn't he do a video or something?
I think the video's out there.
Is it what with the injury?
A recent one, yeah.
It would be covered. The injury would be covered.
No, I think it's all stitched up. I think.
Sorry?
Can you see the cut? Because I mean, this might have happened to this.
It happened today. I mean, I don't think you should. I don't think you should be able to see the cut because it will be covered.
No, I think I might well be wrong, but I've got something in my head of a picture of him sitting in front of someone from Saudi with stitches in his eyes, announcing that it's going to be done on March. No, not March, May the 18th.
I've seen something announcing that, but I wasn't sure if it I haven't seen enough to support it. And I'm not saying that hasn't happened either.
Yeah, I haven't had time to look into any of it. I just saw an image of it.
Well,
I haven't really been keeping that up to date on it. It's just mental, isn't it? I've seen polls asking if this fight is going to happen for months. Like, I think the first one 2 months ago.
I was one of the people that I was one of the very few people that just believed he will do it. I thought the money's too good.
I thought it was going to happen.
But then most people were saying to me, until I see them in the ring, I will not believe it. And then when this came out, they were all saying to me, see, I told you, until I see them in the ring, or specifically, until I see Fury in the ring, no doubt that Usyk was going to turn up. Until I see Fury in the ring, I do not believe it's going to happen.
Okay, I've got footage of Tyson Fury with a cut.
Is it stitches or just a cut? Or
Well, it's a cut. It's either a cut or it's not a cut.
Is it a video or is it?
It's a video. It's an interview with Ariel Helwani, and
that's what I saw. I thought I saw stitches in this one. Yeah,
is this His Excellency?
I wouldn't know.
I think that is Turkey.
I think it's Al Turkey, but he looks
does
a bit
say
younger.
that above it there as well.
Sorry?
If you read the MMA Hour live special with Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk, and Turkey Al-Sheikh.
Yeah.
Today.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so I think Al-Sheikh, he looks younger there somehow. Well, anyway, you can see, is that the same cut?
I can't really see, and I want to see video footage of it as well.
You want to see video footage?
Yeah, because it's harder to fake.
This is video footage. It's an interview.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, yeah.
I mean, to be honest, I cannot imagine that the guy sitting next to him who's going to be paying him all this money will be a party to him delaying it. So I think he's right next to him. The cut should be genuine because...
I mean, there's other people that think he's bladed himself as well, aren't there?
There's other people who think...
He's bladed himself. No, I mean,
bladed himself. WWF.
Yeah.
Oh, he's been there, hasn't he? WWF. He's actually been there. WWF.
Oh well, he has. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how much credence I can give to that. It's got to be difficult to cut yourself with an elbow with a head guard on. What do you know about that?
Cut yourself.
No, not cut yourself. I've seen your video of the elbow.
Yeah.
Where you feel the elbow made contact. Pretty certain that's where is the blood.
Yes.
Right. So presumably,
1 second. Rowan Brown. Well done to who and for what? Yeah, carry on, John.
presumably MMA fighters spar with head guards on and are allowed and elbow each other.
They don't elbow each other really in sparring, no.
Okay.
I
Are you
mean,
allowed to throw elbows in MMA? I don't even know.
you are allowed to throw elbows in MMA, standing and on the ground, yes.
So why wouldn't you do that in sparring?
Because you cut your opponent, because you cut your sparring partner.
Okay. So is it a common thing to get a cut from an elbow? I don't know about elbows.
No, because you don't throw elbows in
No,
sparring.
I mean, if you were to get elbowed, is it likely that you would get a cut?
If you were to get elbowed, it's likely that you would get cut, yes.
Okay.
And if any elbows are thrown in sparring, it's some makeshift. It would be some makeshift padding on the elbow to make sure it doesn't cause any kind of cut. So training for elbows is really not particularly done in sparring on a live body. It's typically done on a bag or some purpose-built equipment, but not on a human. No, because it's too dangerous. It will cut. It will concuss. It's too much of a dangerous blow to be playing around with in sparring.
So basically, a head guard is not protection against an elbow.
So a head guard, you wouldn't say, no, he's wearing a head guard, so I'm going to elbow him. No.
Okay. Because the other thing that's been pointed out that people are adamant is true. What I can't say his name. Fury's main sparring partner, British southpaw.
Itoma.
Yeah, he's been spotted in London a couple of days ago, and people are really questioning why he was here because he's supposed to be fighting on the undercard of this as well.
What I think is more interesting is that Mr. Dawkins appeared to be the main defense for Tyson Fury at the moment. I've never heard this.
Well,
I'll just tell you how he thinks it is.
Yeah, I just tell you how I think it is. And I think
it could be legit. I mean, also,
you guys aren't saying anything that I haven't thought myself. Because I have thought, my initial thought was, well, is it real? So I've already questioned all of this. My initial thought was, I doubt it's real. I doubt it's real. I did the first video. I didn't say I doubt it's real, I don't think. But I didn't say that I thought it was real. I wanted to say allegedly. Tyson Fury has allegedly been cut. But if you listen to it, and if I remember correctly, if you listen to I've done 2 videos on it. The one I made initially after you let me know, John, you messaged me and let me know. I did an initial video that took longer than I expected because that took about 2 hours before it actually hit YouTube because I just got back from work. I wanted to eat and I wanted to do the video, and then I had to edit the video. So from getting in from work and eating and then doing the video and then editing the video and the video being ready to release because YouTube takes time to process it, it was about 2 hours. I wanted to bang it out immediately, but it took 2 hours, and I put it out there, and I was very careful not to say, yes, I believe it's a legit cut. And I was very careful not to say, I believe I don't believe it's a legit cut because I didn't know. I didn't know whether it was a legit cut or not. We're still not 100% sure that it's a legit cut.
Can I ask you to do this then? Oh no, finish the point, Rafi, sorry.
So I was very careful with the first video. With the second video, I was more of a believer that there is a legit cut. Seeing Tyson Fury there, it's just, hopefully we can. Oh, okay, there we go. That's what I was waiting for. It's closer. There's obviously a bruising there. I would imagine there is a cut there. His Excellency Al Turkey is right next to him. I imagine there's a cut there. I imagine he'll be on Instagram and whatnot where the cut is more visible. So do I believe that Tyson Fury is cut? I think I will go ahead and for the first time say, yes, I believe that Tyson Fury has incurred a cut over the right eye.
Okay, so the question I've got for John and Mr. Dawkins, would we even be questioning this if Usyk had a cut?
No.
We'd all believe him.
Yes.
So questioning of Fury is because of our past experiences of him. So he can even show us a picture with a gaping gash in his eye, and we are saying, is it his CGI and AI? Has he plated himself? And it's just a testament of our experience of Fury throughout his boxing career.
He's a bit of a shyster. He still hasn't paid still hasn't bought the homeless the houses.
Can you just, the homeless are dead for me.
The homeless died of cold.
He's not buying, and he's not giving him his shoes. Do you remember he said he was giving him his shoes, and he's walking in Las Vegas barefoot because he's giving his shoes to the homeless? Because
God, yeah, just get the 7 million to him. But finish your point, Leon. Sorry.
No, I'm just saying that.
Well, I mean,
if Fury said the fight's postponed because he got a cut, not Fury and Usyk.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody would say, "Oh, you're ducking," or "We don't believe you."
No,
we just take him at his word because he's never given us a reason to question it. Whereas Fury has given us reason time and time again. How many times has he retired? How many times has he said he's not going to do this? He don't care about Undisputed. He's not. He just, because he says so many contradictory statements.
He's full of shit. Pardon my expression.
You just cannot believe a word that comes out of his mouth.
Yeah.
I mean, in answer, if I'm going to answer that question, that was pretty much the thrust of my argument with B today, in that I felt at that point it was too soon for us to know whether it's illegitimate or legitimate. And if people believe it, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with taking it at face value and saying it's a legitimate cut. But I also don't think it's unreasonable that people are suspicious because of Tyson Fury and all the things that we've said, even to the extent that the last time he pulled out of a fight that he signed for, the injury reason that he gave initially, I believe, was a falsehood because of the Nandrolone case. But I've just sent you an article on WhatsApp as well, right?
Yeah.
That's quite interesting. If that is true, the Daily Mail are reporting some quite interesting stuff there about this. And that's happened since I last checked the news. So they've announced, according to the Daily Mail, they've announced the fight date for this fight to be postponed, to be happening on the 18th of May.
Yeah.
And the other thing that it says in there is that if either fighter pulls out, they're going to have to forfeit £8 million.
Yes. Yes. So I brought that article up already.
Yeah, I've not seen that, and he's also on there with his cut. So I mean, if all of that is true,
yeah, Tyson Fury unification bout has been revived. Yeah.
So I mean, if all of that is actually true, then I'm quite happy to believe the cut's legit.
Yeah,
I think that puts any suspicions about it. I mean, you'll probably still have people saying that he bladed himself because camp wasn't going well in the extra time. And, I wouldn't put that past him either, to be honest.
Accused of cycling off peds, causing a delay so he can cycle off his peds as well. He's going to be accused of everything, isn't he?
Of course he is. And I don't think it's unreasonable for people to make these accusations because of his track record.
Who says it's unreasonable?
No. Nobody here has said it, but I have heard people say it.
Okay. Is somebody with a name beginning with B? Has somebody?
No, he's not the only one.
But has somebody with a name beginning with B said it?
We spent about 2 hours discussing it today.
Okay.
On YouTube, if you listen to it.
Okay. Well, my position. Well, I told you my position. I was suspicious initially. Let's say I was 50-50 initially. It might be true, it might not be true. That's the first video after you messaged me and let me know the news. That was yesterday. The second video was in the wee hours of the morning. Oh, my phone was on silent, by the way. At work, I put it on silent, and then I didn't take it off. So anybody who called me, I missed the call. So in the wee hours of the morning, I did the second video at midnight or so. I can't remember. I did the second video, which after I'd watched it properly and realized that people were saying it was an elbow, looked at it again and said, oh, yeah, it actually was an elbow. I was satisfied it was an elbow. Now, is there a possible explanation as why there was no blood on the glove? So yes, I say, yes, there is. What is the possible explanation of why there was no blood on the glove, Rafi? Well, the possible explanation is as follows.
The cut wasn't real.
Excuse me?
I said the cut wasn't real.
Well, that's one possible explanation. Another possible explanation is that the blood seeped on the inside of the headgear. So the blood was seeping on the inside of on the inner part of the headgear, and there was blood, but it was on the inside of the headgear. And if the filming had continued, well, if you saw the extended clip, well, the stop filming to take Tyson's headgear off. If they'd have kept on rolling, the footage would have kept on rolling. The possible explanation is that you would have seen blood on Tyson's inside the headgear and trickle down onto his face. But the reason you don't see that, I think it's a reasonable explanation, is that they stopped filming because the guy who was going to take his headgear off was the guy who was recording. I think that's a feasible explanation as to why we didn't see any blood.
Well, what's even more, what we need an explanation for is why somebody's in a country with all the riches, they seem to have a phone from 1972 recording the story.
It's very poor footage. It's very poor quality.
So what?
Is there an explanation for that? Yeah, you got some cheap bar steward who's still got his Nokia flip phone.
What, in Saudi, in 7 hotels?
Well, let's say he had a bad signal at the time. Well, let's say he had some shizzle on the lens. Let's not say that you've never taken a video that turned out surprisingly crap in quality in a high quality on a high quality unit.
Mr. Dawkins.
Yeah.
That is true. But I've never been part of a Riyadh season training camp.
Yeah.
Headliner.
Yeah.
Opening day. You're flown over to Saudi.
Yeah.
Up in wonderful hotels. You're looked after.
Yeah.
You're treated like royalty.
Yeah.
Why have I got my Nokia 1996 poor image quality? I was expecting the flashing images, the little grainy images, and Charlie Chaplin to come in the background. I'm surprised there was sound.
So is the poor picture quality part of if we're going with the conspiracy? Is that part of a conspiracy? Is that part of a conspiracy theory?
It adds to the conspiracy. It just adds to it. Look, to be honest, I think CGI and fake. As to the fact to say that the cut doesn't exist is far fetched. They're paying millions to say that the cut doesn't exist.
Well, Wizard Sleeves is telling me to get real, so I believe he believes. I know he believes the cut ain't real.
Yeah, we're just doubting. Well, my doubt is how it got there. Whether it was that clip of sparring that showed. Yeah. Because the image quality, as you said, no blood. It's just, was it actually that actual clip? It's just.
What does it matter?
You question everything.
What does it matter?
Well,
let's say it was cut. a few days ago. What does it matter? If he's cut and he can't fight, what does it matter?
That's what I said. The only thing that matters is we're not getting undisputed. So for the second time, because of Tyson Fury, some way, shape, or form, it's been delayed. Not the second time. Was it the third time? It was meant to be with Anthony Joshua. Then we had the arbitration. So it got done. Then he hold on. Then there was all the negotiations with Usyk.
Yeah,
that didn't happen. Fury was involved in multiple times. Getting delayed or not happening.
Yeah.
So that is what matters.
But what does it matter? Let's say he got cut. Let's say he got cut the day before the video that they put out saying he got cut in. What does it matter?
Well, it just shows that it's just another lie. It's just another.
We're never gonna know. We're never gonna know. Okay, so there is value. There is value in saying that you're not convinced. There is value in John Dealey saying that he's not convinced, and that there is value, and there is value and truth in you saying that he has been a serial shyster. There is value and truth in that, provable and demonstratable. My issue is if the man is cut, then he can't fight. The man is cut and therefore he cannot fight. I don't see an argument beyond that other than he needs more time to prepare, so he A, got a legitimate cut, or B, somehow engineered a cut.
But we'll remember, Mr.
However, if he is cut, and I believe that His Excellency believes he's cut, he has just damaged himself more so than helped himself. This cut does more damage to him than good to him. Even if, I think, let's say he was concerned that he wasn't ready. So he's cut himself and brought himself another 6 weeks or 8. Well, what is it? It's 2 months, isn't it? February, March, April. It's 3 months. He's bought himself 3 months. But okay, bought himself 3 months, but now he's got a damaged eye, which could reopen, which could end his career because it's in the same general vicinity as the cuts he received in the Wallin fight. So there's only so many times you can get cut around there. So I think that even if he engineered the cut, even if he did, I still think it does him more harm than good. Therefore, on the balance of probability, I say to you, one and all, I don't think he engineered it. I think for once, even a liar every now and then will tell the truth. And I think for once, this injury is legitimate. John Dealey.
Do you think he fights in May? Do you think he actually fights? I don't think he does.
I don't know about that. I can't vouch for that. And I'm not professing.
I'm not dying on a hill saying Tyson Fury definitely does anything.
What the last word, John? If you fade off on the last word,
okay. So I'm not gonna plant my flag on a hill and defend anything that Tyson Fury could do in the future. So I'm like, if you don't think that Tyson's gonna fight on the 18th of May on that date, that's fine. I don't have a problem with you disbelieving that. I think what Rafi has said holds a lot of weight.
But only if he plans to fight. If he doesn't plan to fight, a lot of that evidence isn't as powerful.
But Leon, I think what Rafi has just said to you is he's okay with you thinking that Tyson has cut himself, but he is cut. Pragmatically, it does appear, and I think we will know for definite, certainly by the end of tomorrow, whether he's genuinely cut. That evidence there coupled with what I've seen in the Daily Mail, is probably enough for me to believe he's cut. And what Rafi's just said to you is, if he did it to himself, it doesn't really matter. He is cut. That's the reality. If that is reality, he's genuinely cut.
Oh.
And he did it to himself.
Oh.
And he's made his own life harder.
You see the screen?
Yeah.
I can't see a bloody cut.
I can see it there.
Maybe I just don't want to.
Yeah. Well, look, and again, Leon, that's okay, because Rafi hasn't even ruled out the fact that he's bladed himself. What he said is extremely pragmatic. He is cut. Turki Al-Sheikh believes that he's cut, which means he genuinely cannot fight in 2 weeks' time, which I'm happy that if he's cut, he can't fight in 2 weeks' time. That's true. I'm also happy that if he cut himself, he's increased the likelihood that the fight that he's in next, whoever it's against, is more likely to be stopped on cuts.
Yeah.
And could be career-ending, because that happens. I mean, that is a really pragmatic statement. And Rafi hasn't even ruled out the possibility that he's bladed himself.
Also increased
a very, very pragmatic statement about the implications of where we are.
But it's also increased the chances of Usyk being forced to fight Filip Hrgović and being unable to fight him.
Well, I don't know, because if they've actually announced this today, then that would suggest that the IBF will get enough money to allow it to continue.
Yeah.
Like, people will get paid, because Hrgović was preparing to be on the undercard of the Ngannou fight, wasn't he? He's preparing to fight on the 8th of May, isn't he? Because in the interview with Azeez today, where he was expressing all the same doubts that you were, he said a photograph isn't enough. You could Photoshop it. I want to see video footage. I want a doctor's report. Those were the things that Azeez said earlier on today.
Yeah.
And he said they'd started talking to Hrgović about fighting Hrgović on the 17th of February.
Yeah.
Because he was training to fight on the 8th of March anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So if Turki Al-Sheikh comes out and says this is the new date and Turki Al-Sheikh is backing it, I think he's got enough money to make sure that the IBF do not try and strip Usyk.
Yeah.
And if it's true that there's going to be an £8 million fine that Tyson Fury has to pay if he pulls out, I think he'll be in the ring.
You think what?
In that article in the Daily Mail.
You think what you said, you think.
I believe that if he's got a penalty of £8 million, he'll follow through on the fight.
Yeah. It's just
let's just say,
so
let's just tie up what Rafi said. If he has done this to himself, he has decreased his chances of winning on the 18th of May, essentially.
Yeah.
So if this was a dastardly plan to get out of the fight, make Usyk fight Hrgović and sail off into the sunset and fight someone else, it's backfired on him.
Yeah.
Basically.
Big time. Big time. And I've got to say, 5-0, 5-0, 5-0, 5-0. Just got to say that in there. Up the Villa.
Come on, Raf.
5-0. Poor Southampton. They're on TV now. Well, no, they're not, bro. I was just made me think of it. Sky Sports. Anyway. I very rarely watch any kind of TV, and I only had the TV on to watch Sky, the thing. And it. Oh, sorry, Sky. Yeah. So I was watching. What the hell was I watching? I was looking for the Buatsi thing. Yeah, but before it started at 8, it covered the Villa game. They were covering the Villa versus, I think, Southampton, and it was 5-0. And I didn't know because I was out. And I just come back in, and I just heard the score, and it was talking about how it went down, and I was just buzzing, mate. I was just buzzing. It's so good to see Aston Villa back, with that pump. It's been a long time since we've had our tail fully up, and it's just good to see I like good football as well. But anyway, I digress. Yeah, so got to get a new chair. I'm trying to mute myself when I move imminently. So what I'm saying either way is that yeah, if Tyson Fury did this to himself, it was a bad move. And I think he's got enough tacticians around him to have played enough steps forward on the chessboard to know that it was a bad move if he did it to himself. That leads me to lean towards the likelihood that it was an accident. And so those are hypotheses. But what we do know is that he is cut. Al Sheikh, His Excellency Al Turkey, knows he's cut. He's right there. It happened in Saudi. Tyson Fury is training and living in Saudi. So there's no problems with the acclimatization that we saw with Lennox Lewis versus Hasim Rahman 1. No problems with that. There's a science behind that. I've discussed it before. I can discuss it again at a future date if anyone so wishes. The science of acclimatization, high altitude, low altitude, training at high altitude, training at low altitude. In brief, you sleep high altitude, that is, train low. I can get into the science of that at another time if requested. So, in a nutshell, as I would put it, he would have been foolish to do it himself, even bearing in mind, let's say he wasn't in good shape and he needed to buy more time. No, still crazy to do it himself. And it leads me to strongly suspect, that it may indeed have been a training accident, as has been suggested. May. But either way, it looks like they're tied into a contract. I do believe it's got. Before I heard about this interview, which I shall watch after this show, possibly and possibly not, likely that I will. I've got the energy after the great fight against Buatsi and Azeez. I've got full of energy now. I think I'm ready for another slice of pepperoni pizza with a nice battered cod. We're going to do it again. I'm full of energy. I think I've got my steps in. Hard training tomorrow. I will get my steps in again tomorrow. So I feel energized. I feel pumped. I feel strong. I feel, went to the doctors. I mentioned it to Leon earlier. I like to get 2 checkups now per year. Try to wrangle 2. You're only really allowed 1, but I try to wrangle 2. Got all my bloods done. Liver function, kidney function, heart, blood pressure. Yeah, so I had all that done. And remember, about a year and a half ago, when Rafi got struck down, come back, tickety-boo. The levels looking beautiful. So what's the connection with that and this? Oh, so yeah, Fury, if he did it to himself, I don't believe he did, but he could have done, but it would have been silly. I lean towards a legit cut. And His Excellency has seen all the proof. His Excellency is there. He's seen it. He's put measures in place that if either guy pulls out, there are financial penalties. So he's tried to lock it in. Oh, that's it. I didn't think the fight was going to happen prior to becoming aware of this interview here that we see on the screen. But now, I mean, information or new information, new data should and can inform, can be informative when trying to reach agreements or conclusions. The new data leads me to believe that Tyson Fury will indeed step into the ring against Alexander Usyk. Something which I've been highly dubious about, but I'm less dubious about it now. Leon Figures.
Yes, Mr. Dawkins.
Yeah, I'm less dubious now that the fight won't happen. I'm more confident now that the fight will happen, with His Excellency tightening up the contract and coming out next to Tyson Fury, next to Krasuk and Usyk. Well, not next to them, but they're on satellite link. All on the same time, confirming that the fight is going down. I am more optimistic about the new date than I was about the old date. Mr. Leon Figures, as we come to a close.
Yeah, I mean, you put forward a very compelling case, but I still don't believe him. I don't believe it will happen.
Why? What don't you believe, and why don't you believe it will happen?
I don't believe the fight will happen because I don't believe deep down he wants it. I don't believe he wants to risk it. I think he'd rather play it safe. He wants to get very well paid for playing it safe.
Well, how's he going to get out of it? How's he going to get out of it?
The Saudis are doing all they can to force his hand. But, you know, this should have happened in December. But he performed terribly against Ngannou. Said he didn't have a post-fight press conference. It got delayed. It was meant to be in a couple of weeks. Now we've got this injury.
Yeah.
I just do not believe, as long as Tyson Fury is on the scene, we get undisputed. Too many different scenarios with him being a constant.
Yes, I hear you, John Daly. Your summary.
I think we're getting all the information there, and this is really what I was saying to Beaver earlier. Over the coming days, we will know how truthful the cut is, and we actually mapped out today what would be a satisfactory time frame for them to reschedule the fight for, taking into account Ramadan and everything else.
Yeah.
And we'd come up with end of April, beginning of May. So this is at the end of that window. So I still wouldn't rule out him blading himself completely. I'd say I'm about 25% that he bladed himself. 75% is just an accident in sparring. If there really is an £8 million penalty for pulling out of the 18th of May date, I think Tyson Fury would rather lose and be humiliated in public than lose £8 million, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it's a tight ass.
Yeah, exactly. So I'd like to see more reference to that, to see if that's true. But I'm happy with your sort of pragmatic stance that it doesn't really matter. If the fight is re-announced this quickly, then he probably is cut. I mean, I've just seen it on Sky as well. There's enough people posting the new date for me to be satisfied that I think this is true.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to move on and think that the fight is going to happen again in May. I mean, if something else happens. I wouldn't ever be 100% about anything with Tyson Fury, but I can live with the 18th of May. I agree with your stance on this, Raf. It doesn't really matter if he did it himself or if it was an accident.
Yeah.
He's cut. We've got a new date. So let's see what happens from there.
100%. 100%. How long we've been going? I hope you cheap individuals who didn't put a penny in the chat. I hope I'm not talking about anybody on the panel. I hope you individuals who didn't put a penny in the chat have sleepless nights and cold sweats. I need a new chair. I need a new swivel chair. This damn thing needs some WD-40. I've already done it and it ain't making it any better. So I'm going to have to shell out 100 smackers for a decent chair. And, you know, if you get entertainment, if you find value in the RDCR and our product and what we put out and what we give to you from the goodness of our hearts, then, you know, the least you can do is smack the like button. The least you can do is hit the share button, you know, share my shizzle on social media, or, you know, put a coffee in the chat. Put a coffee in the chat for lunchtime. For lunchtime, when Rafi's got his lunchtime coffee, and I'm going to be doing videos in the morning, or pre-PM, 11s is, you know, we have some nice breaks. So I'm going to be doing videos now, at least a couple, 2 or 3 in the daytime when Rafi's at work. So if you're not putting any pennies in, if you're not going to buy a coffee, then by all means, check out the videos and share, because more people will come in and more people will participate and concentrate. So if you enjoy the fare that you receive from the RDCR, you know, it's individual thinkers, individually speaking what their opinion is on any given matter on any given day. If you want some cookie cutter stuff, if you just want to hear talk about what everybody else is talking about, then you came to the wrong place, because this is a place for free thinkers, my friend. So I know it's a little bit hard for some to comprehend, get their heads around, because a lot of people out there, they think they like everything. They like things to be cookie cutter. Oh, I'm going to do this because John Tom's doing it. Oh, I'm going to do that because Mary Lou's doing it. Nah, it doesn't work like that over here. It's individual thinking. I did a video and I just what was on it? I was just filming my 11s, my fruit pot and my coffee, and that was all on the table. And I knew that if I put a thumbnail of the boxer or boxers I was talking about, then more people would hit it. But I'm not about that. There's a picture of a coffee, but you can read the title, and you can see what the title says, and you know from reading what the title says what the topic is. Do you actually need me to put a picture in of the fighter I'm talking about? Can you not read? You know, but if I put the picture in of the fighter, then more people would have viewed it. Well, I said, no, you can read. You know what the topic is. Then, you know, making me thirsty for a coffee now. And Rafi's going to do that. So, you know, it ain't cookie cutter shizzle over here. We don't look to follow the crowd, follow nobody. Just speak from one's own analysis. And that's what I like about it. And I'm never going to change. So I just want to say thank you for the Leon Figures for taking time out of his day when he didn't have to. Thank you to the John Dealey for taking time out of his day and giving it freely to you when he didn't have to. Okay. So, gentlemen, we reconvene. Well, I will be here, and you're always welcome to join me on Monday around 9 p.m. I try to get it in anywhere from 8:45 to 9 p.m. I like to start early, then I can finish early, then I can decompress, get ready for work again, get ready for my sleep, good sleep, 7 hours, and then it's back on the grind. So we reconvene on Monday, the original wrap-up show, Boxing Talk with Rafi, right here on the rdcr. Gentlemen, I bid you all fond good night.
Thanks for having me on, Raf.
Is Leon Figure sleeping?
No, I'm still here.
Okay, Leon, we've done it, mate. Thanks for jumping on. Thanks for your time.
Yes, it's been great. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We reconvene on Monday. If you're around, you know the place.
Yes, I'll be there.
And that's all from us. That's all from us. And all I can say to you is, Fond, it was a hell of a night. It was a hell of a fight. And we've had a hell of a chat. Courtesy of my good self, Leon Figures, the John Dealey, and of course, your comments. Likewise, it's Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. We're out. Blessed.